must reside in the same availability zone as your EC2 instance. And the second thing is, if you want to have a static IP address for your EC2 instance, you must to allocate it from your AWS. And once you allocate it and start to use it, you will be in a charge to pay for it per hour. You can go to the AWS pricing and look how much will cost you if you allocate and run or and use that elastic IP address. So let me jump to my AWS account and show you how can we achieve that. So first thing that I'm going to do is go to the EC2 Instance Management Console and scroll down here. Then in the Network and Security, click on Network Interfaces. I have already these two network interfaces because I have two EC2 instances running, right? Then I will click on Create Network Interface. Then I'll call it, for example, my new ENI. Then which subnet do you want this EC2 instance to reside? As long as, for example, as long as here I have only one subnet in availability zone, then I will choose the subnet that my EC2 instance reside in. If you forget, let us open another tab for our EC2 instance, then go to the EC2 instance that we want to attach to it this new elastic network interface and look what is the availability zone or what is the subnet that this EC2 instance reside, then create a network interface in the same region. Sorry, in the same availability zone or in the same subnet, as long as we are using one subnet in this availability zone. So let me go to this instance, then scroll down here and go to network, and here you will have all the information about your EC2 instance that is in US East 1A in public subnet 1. So here I will create that and call it my new ENI. Then for subnet, so this one, right? And click on that, and then auto assign, keep it as default, and here you will choose a security group. So security group is a firewall for your EC2 instance, and there is something else we call it the network access control list. That is a firewall for the subnet. The difference between security group and network access control list is that security group is stateful and the network access control list is stateless. What that means, in security group, when the traffic, let me explain you. So, so we have, this is the NACL, stand for network access control list, and two, this is the NACL, And then we have security group. As an abbreviation, we use SG. What is stateful and stateless? So, for example, there is a traffic here. I should use, have to use. So the traffic now is coming, and we'll get, and here we have EC2 instance, and here we have EC2, right? So the traffic now is coming in, and this traffic, at the first thing, there are firewalls here. So once the traffic will come to this network access control, I will call it knuckle for abbreviation. Then the knuckle will check the list. Here, for example, the knuckle has a list, and as well as the security group. And this, and here we have, for example, IP address, and here allow. Right? Then every traffic comes to that knuckle, it will go to the list. For example, IP address 10.10.0, whatever I say, right? And for example, this traffic is come from this IP address. Then in the knuckle, we say yes, this traffic is allowed to get in. So now the traffic is allowed to get in. Then it will come to the security group. Then the security group will check its list. And for example, we have 10.10.0.0. Then in the allow, we have yes. I mean the security group allow this traffic to get in. Then the traffic now is coming and get to the EC2 instance. So the difference between stateful and stateless, this is once the traffic want to come back to the user that sent that traffic. Stateful means that the security group knows now that traffic that comes from the IP address will not check it again whether it's allowed to get out or not, because in the traffic there is inbound traffic and outbound traffic. Means inbound means the traffic that is getting in, that is forwarding to inside. The outbound traffic means the traffic that is forwarded to the outside. So every time, the difference between knuckle and security group is, for security group, once it's look only for the inbound traffic roles. So this IP address is allowed, that's okay. So I will let it to get to the EC2 instance. It does not care what is the allowed traffic that is allowed to get out of the security group. So once it gets in, so it does not care what is the traffic that is getting outside. That is what is stateful, because it still remember, yes, this traffic I have allowed him to get in. So now it does not matter me. He can get out. But for network access control, it